But like I said, it can be hard because we fly for money, and some days it's a little slow, some days it's not. So like with laundry, it tends to get backed up because sometimes I'll put laundry money up, but then I have to take it back out for food or gas because we have a generator, so we can charge everything or whatever. And like I've had a couple days where I've only made like $3, so
you know what? That's
it's not bad though. I can't really complain because I've lived in a house and I've raised my kids and everything. I've had jobs and I've had some really bad boyfriends, really bad ones, and I've never been happy until I got with my husband. And when we got together, we were in Kansas City, Missouri, and decided to start walking here, and I've been happy ever since.
Well, speaking of the sign flyers, aka like panhandlers, so many of them are misleading.
Yes.
And that's what's frustrating is the fact is because we know a lot of them, and they'll say things like
my
hungry.
birthday, I just turned 27. I see that one a lot. I just turned 27. It's just my birthday. I hate that sign.
Or I'm hungry when they're not hungry. What they are is they're craving.
Well,
they're craving drugs.
That is true. But I do notice one thing. A lot of these people on Fatty, even though there's food up there, we're up at the church when Sarah gets food and stuff. A lot of them won't. Every once in a while you'll see them go up there to get food, but not too often. They hardly ever go up there to get food when they can. And it's free, it's good food. There's nothing wrong with it. And Sarah will put it in the box, some leftovers in the box so they can get it there, but they fly day in and day out, all day, all night, which is crazy because I couldn't do it.
And what are they doing with the money?
I guess spend it all on their habit.
Yeah.
From what I understand, it makes them, if the stuff is making them, when they're not doing it, they're sick. Just like I guess heroin does that to people too.
Except fentanyl is 50 times stronger.
Yes, that's what I've heard. Like a grain of salt is enough to kill a person.
Whereas when you fly signs and might only make $3 or $5 a day, you're doing it to get yourself cat food, cat supplies, or
laundry,
just things to
gas,
live.
Food.
Yep.
We do get food stamps, so I mean, when we're out of food stamps, we still have to buy food, drinks, just whatever, any of that stuff that we need. And every now and again, some days are actually good, so that you make a little bit more. But the flying varies, like whether it's the beginning of the month, the end of the month, and stuff like that too.
Well, that's
what you put on your sign too, also.
Well, and that's what I get frustrated when I see these signs and I know it's an outright lie.
Yes.
And then I get frustrated because when I drive by, I'm like, I don't know whether this is the truth or not. And I want to stop and talk to them, but I don't have time.
That's why we've been putting homeless, anything helps. We used to put hungry on there, but since now that we got food stamps, we didn't have food stamps at first, for the first couple of years we were here. And we probably had food stamps less than a year right now. But we used to go to the food bank.
I have a really good idea. Have a sign that simply says, "We need cat food, cat litter." People love pets.
Yes.
I guarantee you're going to see an increase because you're like, oh my gosh, I love cats.
Right.
And that sounds terrible, but sometimes people care about the animals more than people. I bet you get a lot of donations saying we need cat supplies.
I've actually taken my cat out to fly before too, and had her like right there too, tried to have her sitting with us. I don't really use her much for flying. He used to use her more than I did because I could actually do fairly decent out there, and he doesn't do very good when he flies most of the time. So sometimes he would take her out there to fly.
That helps. Well, we're going to track down the stuff for you and drop it. And even if you're not here, we'll just, no one.
Okay, or like in there, or